Hey guys, Wood Boyles, Blue Collar Talent Scouts. Listen, we wanted to take a minute here and just answer what's become a frequently asked question. We get these questions come up. We're going to try and answer a couple of them, and over the course of time may add to this. But one of the questions we get asked very regularly is, do you guys do background checks? And we do not. We do that for several reasons. First of all, we work with a lot of companies across the country. There's different jurisdictions. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's also a matter of different companies have different standards for their background checks. Some companies they don't mind someone who's got a misdemeanor conviction. Some companies, if a felony conviction is over 7 years old, they don't look at it. Some companies do work in prisons and schools and other circumstances where anything on the background may be something that disqualifies someone from doing the work. So we want to make sure that you've got the flexibility to apply your standards. Along with that, it also means an increased expense. We would have to pass along those expenses, and we really don't want to do that. The other thing is just it's hard enough to find a good qualified candidate, get them to you, and have them connect with you in the course of time in a way that you can actually engage with them and potentially hire them. We regularly talk to guys. We'll put guys who are gung-ho that day to talk to someone. 2 days later, they've already found another job, because if you're a technician, you're in the trade, you've got opportunities. And if you want the guys who are working, you don't want the guys who are looking for their first job or looking for their next job and they've been at 15 different locations. You want the guys who are somewhat consistent at that. So we want to make sure we're doing right by you guys. And some of you have had to go through some of those background checks. You see how long they take. Sometimes it's one of those things that we just do right by you by not doing that. And then the real issues become liability issues. If we ran a background check, you counted on that background check, you substituted that background check for your own background check, that means that you've got employees who have run through your system and employees that have run through our system. And there is a potential for discrimination claims based on that for someone who doesn't pass one or the other and then doesn't get hired, because at that point they can say, hey, so and so got hired, they got passed a background, their background is no different than mine. It's also an issue from that jurisdictional standpoint. Hey, we've got clients in California, we've got clients in a couple other states where what's called ban the box is in play. A lot of jurisdictions now are very specific about the way you have to handle those situations where someone does not pass a background check. It's not just an out of hand, you can choose not to hire them. You have to enter an interactive process. You have to engage that person, give them an opportunity to explain any extenuating circumstances. Other states, Texas being one that comes to mind, there are no requirements of that type. There are issues that you potentially could run into if you do a background check and then decide not to hire someone. Fair Credit Reporting Act actually requires that a background check only be done once a valid conditional offer is made, the condition being that they pass the background check. So if you use that background check as a selection process, that could potentially become an issue and could come back on you big time. That's the reason we don't get engaged in that area. You have people in your own market, in your own jurisdiction, who are going to be able to help guide you with that one quicker than we can. And so we just want to leave that up to them. If you got further questions about this, feel free to give us a shout. We always want to talk to you. We try and do right, do what's best for the client. 713-545-2362 is my number. My name is Wood, and BlueCollarTalentScouts.com. We're glad to talk to you. Hope you have a great day. Hope to talk to you soon.